Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Solus44. Welcome back to MC Eternal 2. I don't even know what episode this is anymore. I think we're getting close to 40 or more, maybe even more. I don't know. But listen, today we're going to look at some more of the work that I've done around the base. We're going to cover some of the things that I learned, and we're going to talk about what I'm going to probably try to do in the future because we collected and did a lot of stuff off camera. I say we, meaning me and Sproblin. Sproblin on the server is killing it right now. His base was three different bases that are growing leaps and bounds, and he's proven me wrong about a lot of stuff. And I just wanted to say thanks to him because without him, I wouldn't have thought about some of this stuff. Plus, even though he's reluctant to do it, we're gonna convince him. We're gonna convince him to use rats because check this guy out. We have a fishing rat. As simple as it is, you get a rat, you put him down, make sure he's by some water. Don't put, I don't know why rats have a pathing issue, but they do. They don't like anything that's more than or less than a full block. So his home is set to that plank he's standing on, and his storage inventory is set for that diamond. Yep, that's right, a diamond barrel. And the reason why it's a diamond barrel is because this is about 2 hours of game time ish. Not even that. Not even that. Maybe an hour. And he's already collected all of this stuff. He hasn't even started to collect the treasure stuff yet, and I know he will. Um, so yeah, you don't have to give him a fishing pole. In fact, you don't want to give him anything. You just tell him with the command. Let's just go ahead and show you what I did. So you, oh yeah, and I did have a rat token. I know one of my videos, I was like, I had a rat token. I did have a rat token. It was just in the inventories, which I will talk about here in a second. All right, so you select your rat, you select the placement, like I told him that to this Archwood Planks is his home, and then you select your inventory, put it on the side and where he's standing so he can just drop right away instead of running around. Um, I destroyed my vampire totem because I don't care about, dude, really? Even when you're invisible, you're a punk. I don't care about the village and the vampire raids. They got very annoying. And it didn't fix my stack issue, but it did stop the raids, so I don't have to worry about a constant. Oh, it's a plague doctor. What do you got? Nothing. Really? Gas tiers for 1 emerald? I'll tell you about how I got my gas tiers. Because it's the best way to get gas tiers right now. Oh, okay. So anyway, you set him up. You tell him to deposit into the side of the chest, and then you just click on him. You tell him to harvest, and he'll just sit there with this fishing deal, and he'll just harvest. You could put 2 or 3 or 4 rats on a barrel if you wanted, and you could fill up one of these bad boys really quick. Um, that being said, I'm running out of rats. Like I have 1 rat, 2 rats, and they're all males, so they're in breed for me. I've had to include some ironwood. I wanted some ironwood in my repertoire. I did, if you can't tell, I did finish the roof and the sides on this. I didn't finish. I gotta put some holes in here and put some stairs. I want to put some glass. I think some mineral glass actually might look okay. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So let's talk bees. I know we're still on bees because I spent hours on this, and I mean like literally lifetime hours. You guys need to know that it's not going to happen right away. And I'm fighting with this because the diurnal and nocturnal thing is kicking me in the butt. So I created a hammock. You have to have it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 spaces. So you have to have 2 spaces in between these hooks. So you put the hooks on the orchard logs, and this will let you sleep through the day. Kind of, sort of. It really just puts it towards nighttime more. And so I bred and bred and bred bees. I got stuck at amethyst for the longest time. And then when I finally got my first diamond, it was a drone. And so I bred it with an amethyst and I got my diamantic. And then I was like, no way am I going to lose out on that bee because that's the main bee that I wanted. So I bred all of my queens. And look at that, I'm still getting leftovers. All of these are Diamantic bees now. I removed all of the Imperial and I replaced them with, man, look at how many bees I bred. That's crazy, right? This whole thing is full. You could probably do it a lot faster. I don't know. The problem with the amethyst was I tried using an amethyst block and it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. Like at least 7 or 8 breeds, and I used up every single minute in my time in the bottle, a whole lot of hours, and I couldn't get a single one. So then I put the budding amethyst underneath, and that did not work either. And then I almost gave up. It happens every time, right? I almost gave up. I put the amethyst back. I had another bee. I added one of those twisted frames, whatever they are, the one with the soul sand usage one, and boom, I got my first drone. I was so worried I was going to lose it, but I didn't. Obviously, I have one queen, 2 queens, 3 queens, 4 queens, and she's daytime. That's the only daytime one I have, and I'm really concerned because I want to get all of them daytime. I don't have to, but it sure would be nice. But it seems like most of them are stuck at nocturnal. I can't seem to get them to go the other way, but that's fine. They're working. They're working. You know what I'm saying? They're all diamond bees. And I wanted to show you how many diamond combs I have before I started running these through the sister or the centrifuge. And we're going to build the bigger one very soon. I have to add the diamond and the rest of them to the list. Take my programmer, stick the variable card in here, and we're going to add the diamond comb. Add diamond comb. I think I need to add the redstone one as well. I don't think oh no, I have them on there. But I'm processing so many more combs now that it can't really keep up. As you can tell, it's starting to fall behind. And what I've been doing is placing these wax frames to give productivity increases to hopefully boost the yeah, I'll get to you in a second, buddy. You're part of the next part that I want to talk about. So I'm basically I'm running lots and lots of bees, all diamond bees. If I can get like half and half running at night, half running during the day, we'll have a 100% nonstop diamond farm. And that was my main goal for bees. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's the most important thing for me to get because I mean, diamonds are not easy to get as a lot of other materials. Most of the other materials you can get them through your Drigby farm. So if you haven't set up a Drigby farm, you're losing out. Now, if you notice, I broke down everything over here and I took it all upstairs. And yep, you can see the cable. You know exactly what I'm getting into. Now, if you can make a charger and an inscriber, you can get yourself a Fluix researcher. And this is my 3rd one. They end up dying from raids or various different things. But since I have a bunch of emeralds from my Drigby farm, I'm going to give myself as many Certus crystals as I can from him. And once I've fully reached a point, let's see, that's kind of sucks. Just trade with him once. Upgrade. There we go. Boom. And then you get Fluix crystals. Fluix crystals. Fluix crystals are the best to get. I mean, that's awesome. Oh, look at that. I get an engineer press. I might go ahead and grab an extra one of those. You should upgrade. Not you. And slime. Doggone it. I was hoping he would give me something even cooler. But every chance I get, I just go ahead and get myself as many of these Certus quartz and flux crystals as I can, so I don't have to manually make them. And then I'm gonna put him inside a Drigny jar, and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna try and get him to the so I can just trade him with the like the Ars Nouveau guys. Now you can hear my rat. Basically, what I did was I wanted to unify my all of my stuff, right? I wanted to unify all of my inventories. So here's how I did that. This is hopefully you all already did this before I did it. I took and disconnected my integrated dynamics because it was conflicting too much with the R's lectern, and the lectern it works fine. It connects to everything I need, so there's no real reason for me to mess with that and then try to reconcile the integrated dynamics. And both are having issues with identifying certain items for some reason. I don't know what that's caused by, but everything is connected. I mean, my storage controller still has some minor issues, but it all works together, so I can actively get a hold of everything. Now, if you notice, I have a dank null that has an integrated an ID number of 0, and that's the one I carry around because it has building materials in it. And because the majority of the stuff I pick up off the ground is going to be dirt and cobble, etc. So that's going to be why that's set up that way. Now, if I come down here, you'll notice that there's now an emerald that's an ID of 2, and this is connected to the Drigny farm. The only thing it's connected to is the Drigny farm. There's a barrel up there and an importer with a import all, and I have another one with an ID of 1, and then they're locked. So then my next one I make, I'll lock it, and it'll be ID 3, 4, 5, etc. But it looks like we're doing pretty good. I even have an upgraded spellbook. I didn't know I was going to get that. That's awesome. Now, I had to move my trash compactor and all that stuff away so that way I could get the, so I could get everything organized and neat. So I will have to hook that back up again, and I'll do it smart this time because each side of the trash compactor takes a different thing. It's just like a furnace. You can hopper items in the top, fuel in the side. I think bottles can go in the other side or behind. I don't know. You got to keep it full of coal, and it's kind of a pain. I did capture this dude, Emperor Perismo. I think he's the one that gave me that. I didn't know how long it would take before I got one. Either that or it was one of these blazes. Maybe it was the blazes. I have 3 of the blazes caught in the Rs jars. I have my ritual down there ready to go. So if I have another, I can do another spawner or something. I can get myself another item, or I can turn it on and capture a guy or let a guy go, whatever I need to do. Or I can just carry it with me like I have right now. And you can get tons of these tablets of containment, and you can get other things from the Rs traders. Again, thanks, Problem, for telling me. And then now we have a warp nexus. And I'm going to place the warp nexus upstairs. Because with the warp nexus, you can use warp scrolls. You don't have to spend experience. I'm going to go right there. That's about good for that. So with the empty hand, no shield, you can right click and open it up and put the scrolls in. And from then on, you can teleport to locations wherever you have your warp scrolls. All my warp scrolls are actually not stacking because I don't know, for whatever reason, but all of them are basically to my home so that I can travel around. And I've been doing a lot of traveling. Let's see. Yes. So the ME controller, I used the trader down there to get myself enough fluix and enough items to get the ME controller. And then I made the crystal resonance generator to provide energy. And I was going to use some of this stuff here, but for some reason, the energy cell wasn't accepting power from any of this stuff. These 2 cells accept power from my rat, and also are getting power from the magmatic dynamo with a excitation field limiter in it, which is stopping it from wasting energy when it is full. And so I have all my basic machines on the top here. No, this one's not hooked up yet. And neither are these two. And technically this one isn't either. But I'm not using them at the moment, so I'm not worried about it. I'll just move this stuff around. So yeah, now I can do everything. I did make another squeezer. This squeezer specifically is for lava because I have an absolute ton of blaze. Of blaze. I got so much blaze. So we're gonna hopper in. For right now, we'll just use a hopper. I'll connect all this stuff up to integrated or applied energistics sooner or later. And it should be able to handle every single thing that I have, no problem. And that should fill this up. We should get lava. There we are. And now we have another source of power on top of the one we had before. And now I have a really powerful spell book that I can use instead of this janky one. And you guys got to see me get that right now. Because I have this irons. This one it doesn't give me anything special. This one right here gives you 200 mana. That's awesome. That's going to be a big boost to my damage, which is going to let me defeat the bosses for the gateway. Because that's the goal, right? Like, that's the main goal for me right now. My bee thinks it's okay. She's outside of her jar. She seems to be doing just fine. She got a little hurt by something. And if she ever gets hurt, we just give her some honey. There. There we go. Pretty easy. I did end up making a wireless access point. If you don't know, you can take your wireless access point, put your building gadget inside of it, and now you don't have to carry anything with you. Anything from this building gadgets can be put inside this wireless terminal and be used. I don't know what the range is, but it's pretty far. I haven't had any issues with it in my base, so good luck with that. I guess I don't know how big your guys' areas are, but yeah, we've built the first edition, and we've expanded that way. I trimmed up a little bit. I added some, some minor trim and things. And now we're going to talk about the last thing, and that is, not the last thing. Since rats have a pathing issue, let's back away from there. Since rats have a pathing issue with half blocks, I had an issue where it wasn't getting past that pipe, so I blocked off the cauldrons a little bit. These guys are all just. This is fine, actually. I don't mind them being stuck in there. That's their problem. That's where they're spawning. I was melting some quartz. All my quartz comes from blocks that I collected from Sky Villages, and I think I have quite a few still. Yes, not. I mean, I got some. You can even melt the slabs down, so make sure you take some time and grab some quartz if you head over to a Sky Village. And look at that. We didn't have hardly any diamonds. Well, we had some. Oh, that's right. These heart of diamonds and occasionally a diamond are coming from my Drigny farm. I think I have a stone creeper I caught, and I have a stoneling, one of those little guys that's holding something up. I caught him in one of those. Actually, I caught him on accident, put him down there, and he's been producing those diamond pieces, which I'm going to be using for experience because you can put them in here and get a lot of experience. I got to automate the process of dropping stuff on it. And maybe I can do it and also at the same time somehow manage to get it so that it stops when it's full. And if I do, I'll show you guys how to do that. It should work with integrated dynamics. I should be able to block read that, but I don't know for sure. Let's see. But we're at nighttime now, so. Oh, it says it needs granite. Okay, so I've had that issue too. Granite and calcite are another another one of those downfall to stuff, but I've just been putting blocks like right here. And there satisfies her needs. And this one's a day timer? Nope. That one's needs warm. Doggone it. That'll breed out, I believe. I think the warm might breed out. I don't know. So if you have a problem with the temperature, if you have a temperature controller, magma blocks can be made from putting lava inside a drying basin. You just put the little thing in here, and if you look, it says mod up 1%, usage 10%. So we'll put 2 in there just in case. And now she should be good to go. And I think, yep, there's my other queen. Every one of them I'm going to try and see if I can get them to say diurnal. And then start slipping them inside, but no luck so far. It's fine. As long as I'm getting diamonds, I don't care. And then I just throw them in here. Now, if you want to selectively breed out all your negatives that you don't like, that's fine. For me, I don't sleep that much in this game. If I can help it, I try to stay awake and keep going. So it's not going to hurt. And, you know, if you can get them to where you're half and half, you're going to really be doing just good. You're going to be doing good. And then, of course, you have your wax frames and stuff. Now, that warm, that's actually a problem. I hope that that's the only time I ever get one that says it needs to be warm. It would be nice if you could have it to where you could change it in a different way. I don't really care for that, but we're moving along just fine. If you're wondering why I'm running around with diamond stuff, it's because I'm getting ready to crush those down. Because I still need more diamonds. Diamonds are a big deal. And yep, I'll show you something else that's really cool. Oh, I just put them in here. You won't get a lot out of this stuff, but I found another adventure tower, and apparently because of one of the mods that's in the pack, it constantly updates the difficulty. And so now almost literally every chest that I opened in the adventure tower, I had to fight some kind of either a mini boss or at least a group of skeletons that were invisible with some special powers. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh yeah, I took off my the kitten slippers and put on the bunny hoppers. Now, here's the thing. Yes, it does leave me vulnerable to creepers, and I have gotten a couple of creepers to blow up right almost on top of me. But at the same time, I would rather not have to listen to that non-stop screeching sound whenever I get hit. It's not as bad with the bunny hoppers. Now, I did have a game crash, and you can see my frames are really bad. And I think that honestly that's because of the weathering mod that's constantly updating blocks and such. And plus I have a pretty large amount of mobs running around my base right now between my what do you call it? Between the villagers and the mobs that are coming in my mob farm and the rat and the different golems and different locations that are chunk loaded. My PC is pretty stressed right now. All right. So, the other update. So, I showed you guys how I built my mob farm here. And what I did to change it is I took out the regular ducts. There are seer ducts that are in here. I replaced them with seer ducts. I'm sorry. I took out the drains. I took out the drains and I replaced them with seer ducts. Now, what seer ducts do is they let you put cans in them so you can filter what comes out. So that way now, no matter what, I won't have this crazy cheese being made. I'll just have cheese made in here. Right? And cheese made in here. And then these got copper cans with iron inside them. You can just right-click a can on any liquid basin, and it'll fill up. Or you can take it and you can put it inside here and right-click it on the kind of fluid that you want. As long as it's a full bucket, it'll take it. So now all the milk's going in, all the iron is coming out and going out the correct way. My rat is doing his thing to share the lava between the two locations, because I got a good stream of lava that comes from those. Nothing infinite, of course, but I mean, it doesn't run out. And we're pretty good on iron. 167 blocks. Now, it's not been running all the time. I just turned it back on. So it'll run. I'll probably end up with 700, 800, 900 blocks. I don't know. But let's see what this guy's got. You're disappointing me. Now, you would think to put on the speed upgrades, right? I don't know why, but if you put a speed upgrade on this rat, they go crazy and they start running around and stuff. And I'd rather them just do their thing. I just want him to do his job and completely fill this barrel up with fish and treasure chests and Neptunium and all kinds of stuff, because that's what you get. You will eventually get Neptunium and stuff. I added the water essence. You can have these guys share a jar like this. It's kind of like a little cheaty, but it works. So there'll be another one right here. I'll add the Animus one here. And yeah, that's pretty much all of it. I think that covered all of the stuff I did. I know it's kind of redundant. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get off there. Get off, you lazy bum. Now there's a bunch of those guys running around. Let's see. I haven't decided what to do yet with the Dragon Bone sword, but I did find something pretty cool. And this is in reference to the blazes. Yes, if you spawn a blaze inside and you go down to and you come outside here, they will fall down and they will turn into blaze blood. I have a little tiny bit somewhere. Oh, it's fire essence now. I guess blaze blood mixed with something else, but I had a little bit of blaze blood in there. And then of course the drops, it gave me 6. I only did one single blaze to test it out and it worked. So, hopefully it works for you. You can use it. I'm gonna exploit the living hell out of it. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of them form in there. I'm gonna get the blaze blood, at least enough to put into another smelter, because I got some pretty good items that I can't melt down. Like Miniolium, I got a draconic one. In fact, I believe I have Ice Dragon Steel. And there was something else I got. I think I can search at Tinkers. The Ars Nouveau has a little bit of a problem keeping up with different items. I don't know why, but it doesn't like to do the ats and the. That's why I went to Applied Energistics as soon as I could, because it needs to, so that I can get the items I want. Anyway, you can take your pieces here, pull them off. Sometimes you get a bonus item. Usually with higher end items, I think you're only going to get one, but I got 2 ingots basically worth of dragon steel, and dragon steel can be melted down. If you look, it takes 1450, and that is just blaze blood. Blaze blood is strong enough. So blaze blood will work. Lava will not. But if it's 2 ingots, which this is 2 ingots, I believe it's 2 ingots. If I can catch it. Oh, I didn't catch it. Anyway, that's 2 ingots worth. That's enough to make an ice dragon steel sword. And so now I'm going to be able to make an ice dragon steel sword, and then that's going to be the one I want to use. An ice dragon steel is really strong. Like, really, really strong. I think that's how it works. Ice, dragon, bone, sword, no. Where is it at? I saw one. Where's my ice? Let's just go dragon. All right. There's the lightning. Ice, dragon, bone. 9.5. I thought there was an ice dragon steel. There it is. Ice dragon steel sword. Look at that. 25 damage. It just takes 2 ingots of ice dragon steel and a wither bone. So that's what I plan on doing is I'm going to manipulate the system a little. I got lucky. I ain't going to lie. I got lucky. I got that. Oh, I better put that inside the parts chest. There. So now I can make an ice dragon steel sword, and then I can open the gate, and I shouldn't have any problem just wiping those guys out because I can update and I can constantly enchant and I can imbue that ice dragon steel sword. Just because I destroyed that totem doesn't mean I'm not still listed as a vampire hunter. So I still have the ability to imbue it with vampire hunter stuff like add-ons, the oils. And so I'll have a sword that's able to keep me alive. The only question is, what kind of weapon or defense will I have? Let me check my time. I'm good on time. Real quick, want to cover the shield I plan on making. So cactus comes with thorns 2 or thorns 1. If you make a shield, thorns 1 comes with it. And then I'm going to pour a material on top of that. I was thinking about using, I think I got iridium. I know I have like an iridium pan or something. Oh yeah. I got an iridium repair kit from an iridium pan. And iridium, if I melt it down, gives you 2. I don't know if I have enough. Will it be enough? I think it takes 3. It takes 3 ingots, so I'm not going to have it, but I would love to be able to get that. It's got radioactive armor on it. It's got all kinds of cool stuff. It'll give me the durability. Well, that's going to be the thing is looking for durability. I might just have to go with slime steel. Ooh. Dragon scales would be really nice. Well, now that I'm not getting rated anymore, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get too many things. We are going to be going into Britannia next, because I know I can get to at least getting Terra Steel. I can't seem to find if you can melt down Terra Steel or anything. But I should be able to make at least get the Terra Steel, and see if possibly I can get some of these really powerful. Now the armor itself isn't really OP, but on the server I'm already playing with the Battle Mage stuff, and without a bunch of blaze rods, you can't really update the armor any higher. I mean, that's what I want to get to do where I can go. So you need blaze rods, or you need at least a chorus fruit, and then you can get to the higher level tier. And then after that, I'm able to go on to the nether. Just put it that way. See how that stuff that went in there? It's all going into those dank nulls. Now, if I had a same level dank null here, switch it to I could switch it here. If you click on this spot, you can change it. So I could go to 2. And it says it has a different tier. So I have to make an emerald version of this, and I don't know if I want to make an emerald version because then it has to be converted, and then I lose access to those items. I'll only have access to the ones that are inside the other dank nulls. So if they're all the same level, then you can change between frequencies. But if they're not the same tier, Now, these things are growing all the way outside my... I didn't know they would do that. That's not cool. Whatever. I don't know how to make these guys happy anymore, no matter what I do. I mean, he's content, and that's better than they were. And I can have, I guess content's good enough. I'm not mad about content. I also went down into that adventure tower, and it turns out the reason why I'm going into Britannia is because I have a ton of flowers, and I got some items from there, like this jade amaranth and a bellathorn, and I'll cover what I want to do with them. And I can't really do anything with the Shulk Me Not without shulkers, of course. But we have some items that I can run through real quick. I'll show you guys how I set up my farm for mana, and I'll set a rat up to clear out all this grass and have it deposited into a chest just to kind of get it cleared up. So I think that covers everything. Yeah. Nocturnal. Yeah. That one's manual for right now. I'll have to make another one of these big whatever they called malarium apiaries. Oh, she's daytime. That's a problem though because she won't be daytime forever. Oh, and now it starts to rain. Figures. Well, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be able to process. If you look at it this way, each one of these has a 25% chance of producing diamonds, so it's not 100%. But I'm going to make the bigger centrifuge. It's called a gyrofuge block. It requires a ton of these malarium panels, which I'm going to have to manually run some pollen creators. So I'll have to run the industrious bees, and I'll run those inside those other apiaries. It doesn't affect their productivity if you have blocks underneath them. It only affects when you go to breed them. And just for safety's sake, though, I put this underneath anyway. You have to have a block of diamond for the diamond one, of course. Block of amethyst for the amethyst. You get the idea. And these here are the blocks that they required. So I just placed them there so that way, same with that one. That way, if they have an issue where they're saying, hey, I need to have granite, they have it. That's all that is. Last thing I'm going to cover, very last thing, and I want to show it to you guys before I go. Oh, I used them up. Yeah. Let me show you this. Sometimes I get some cool music going. Pretty neat. Do I have any power left? Oh, wait, no, it's squeezer. You're doing blood. Oh, you're fine. I love that you can use these. So gas tiers. It's not 100%. All right, that's enough. But you take some magma creams. I really got to make a stairway. Come over here to Miss Queen Bee. And if you look, she gives you gas tiers for magma creams. So if you're wondering how to get magma creams, she's got a 23% chance, right? Otherwise, she gives you glowstone. So you're going to either get glowstone or you're going to get gas tiers for magma creams. So that kind of hooks you up. I think that's a good reveal. If you guys didn't know how to get those things, at least hopefully this showed you guys that. I'm going to cut it early today. I'll work on the integrated dynamics. Applied energistics some more. It's going to be a little bit slow going. I have to do a lot of manual crafting until I get it really working. And even if I do, I'm still going to be stuck with a range that's really short because I have to be able to get a singularity. Then I have to get the card for the range, and then yeah, you get the idea. I have to work my way through it. So yeah, this sword, by the way, yes, it's amazing. Yes, it's strong. But if you notice, my totem of souls is now down to 790. I used it when I thought a good enough range. It wasn't, and it killed me. So my explosive resistance is not very high. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to work on the base and get it a little bit bigger. I want to build another one of those sections like that over here, and have more different types of. I haven't decided what kind of machinery or what I'm going to do with it. I may end up moving the applied energistics even over there. The problem is I don't have wireless connection right now, so I don't feel like thinking with it. But it works. I mean, it works. Everything in here is connected, and there's no duplicates. I don't have to worry about none of that. I got rid of all of that issue. And so everything that I've ever collected is all inside this storage now, including the scrolls. So I can now effectively sort and autocraft and start working on making some real progress. And I think the last thing we're going to do is check my mail. Good old mom and her oh, look at that. Thank you so much for that scarf that I already have. Oh, wait. We don't need to be dealing with that. That's the problem, though. If it's raining, you're not going to get your bees to work no matter what you do. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Look at that. Wow. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Hope you had it was an informative episode, a lot better than the adventuring ones, and it covered some of the bees. I know it's been a lot of running through the bees. There is a diamond bee, there is an emerald bee, there's other bees, but for right now, that's what I'm going to stick with. There's no real need for me to go any higher for right now. Plus, I'm actually kind of burned out on bees completely. But you get the process. Once you get your drone, start breeding the drone with the amethyst or another bee and just keep on going. And eventually you'll get your queen and then you can move your queen. You get the idea. You just got to keep up the cycle. If you get a time in the bottle, that's the best thing ever. For me, getting a time in the bottle saved everything. But look at my frames are dying. So we're going to hope that I can make myself another dimension and go into that and the frames will be okay. But everything seems to be running fairly smooth. I haven't had too many glitches. I have had crashes with those pedestals right there. It did not like the animation or something. I don't know. But we're going to work on it. We're going to keep going, you guys. That's all I have to say to you guys. Don't give up. Don't give up, okay? Tomorrow's a new day. You know. I love you and miss you. Take care. Bye-bye.